Good evening, guys, and happy Tuesday to all of your sunshiny faces. Well, guys, it is officially, I guess, summer for Jack. He finished his last day of high school, which is like, honestly, it's kind of sad because, like, I think I don't know, this seems more weird because I'm like, I don't have like another little brother that like is gonna be going into like, you know, high school or anything like that. Like, right after I graduated, the year after I graduated, Matthew went to, you know, he started high school. And so, you know, like, again, because we're all 5 years apart, but like where mine and Matthew's birthday are is we're a little bit closer. We're not exactly 5 years. Like I was born in 95, then him in 2000, Jack was born in 2005. And so we're all like exactly like 5 years apart as far as the year goes. But my birthday is in November, Matthew's in March, Jack's in April. So him and Jack are like 5 years and, is it 5 years and 1 month or 4 years and 11 months, whatever it is. I can't think right now, guys. I'm super tired. I actually woke up super early this morning. I was up, well, I guess early for me. I was up at like 8 o'clock or 9, like right around that time. Got up, I got so much stuff done, guys. I got literally almost everything checked off my planner for today, which I didn't even write down to make my Meyer list, but I ended up doing that. I also didn't have write down in my planner to set out my planner for the week. I also did that. I ended up editing today. I edited 2 vlogs. I was just actually finishing up the one. It's saving right now. I ended up cleaning the bathroom. I ended up doing like 3 loads of laundry. I did 2 loads of dishes today. I got to a lot of stuff, guys. So I have all that stuff written down in my planner. Like I said too, I didn't even write down to make my Meyer list so we can go to Meyer tomorrow, but I did do that and finish that. And then also too, because I didn't do it yesterday or Sunday, I didn't write out my planner, like have it set out, and so I did that today. So that was really cool. I got all that stuff done. But like I said, I was up early this morning and I'm tired now and I want to get to bed. So anyways though, back to my story about about Jack and school and everything. Like I said, you know, so we're, you know, like, and then me and Matthew are a little bit closer. We're like 4 years and something months. But we, you know, like, so Matthew was only 4 grades like below me, whereas Matthew and Jack are 5 grades different. So when Jack actually started high school, there was like 1 year in between where Matthew was out of high school and Jack wasn't yet in high school. Like when Matthew graduated, you know, like his senior year, he graduated. Jack had graduated 7th grade, was going into 8th grade. Matthew graduated like senior year, going into like college then. And so then again, Jack was in, you know, high school, but like it just seems really weird. I'm like, everybody's grown up now. Like we're all officially like adults. Like, and I don't know, like I still see Jack as like my little baby brother, like, you know, because we're 10 years apart. So like for it to be like, you know, I don't know, it just seems really weird. And like I think I was telling you guys too, like during the football season, like it just hit me really hard like during that time to be like, oh, like I'm gonna miss like, you know, going to his football games and like, you know, that kind of stuff. Like he's not gonna be playing football anymore, you know, like those kind of things. And just, you know, like I don't know, like I remember his freshman year being like, his senior year of high school will never come. Like that's even crazy to think about. Like, you know, his senior year is so far off. Like he's never gonna graduate high school. And like I remember literally like sitting at the football game and I remember thinking this. I remember like the setting, you know, like I remember which football field we were at thinking about this, because it was like one of the, I think it was the last away game maybe. I think they played their very last game of his freshman year at home, so I think it was his last away game, or maybe second to last, or maybe it was even midway through the season. But I just remember being like, oh, like this is the like halfway point, because I think they played 9 games, so I think this was like maybe the 5th game then or something like that. And I remember being like, the season's like almost halfway over already. And I was like, you know, like his, you know, like I was like, well, we still have 3 more years after this. I was like, it's gonna be a long time before, you know, he ends up, you know, like graduating high school, or, you know, getting to senior year of football. And I remember too, like the senior night, you know, like for like the kids that, you know, like like when their last football game of the year, they do like their senior night for the last, not their last football game, it's normally the last home game. That's when our school schedules it. And so like I said, they had that for you know, those kids that year. And I remember thinking the same thing too, again, being like, Jack's senior year is never gonna come, you know, he was only a freshman. And so like I said, it's just so like weird. And now again too, like he's gonna be graduating high school. Like today was his last day of school. And they, like, the other thing too is that like I kind of remember back to like my last day of high school too. They do like a thing, like a senior like lunch or like a senior picnic kind of thing for us. And so, but I think the weather was supposed to be bad, but it wasn't. And so I think we did it inside, like our senior year. And so I remember it was like in the gym. So we ended up having that, like all the seniors got to kind of do that. And I remember though, our freshman year, they did like a freshman mixer kind of thing, which they did in the cafeteria. And then like to end it, like having that. But like, it's just kind of like that whole like it comes full circle kind of thing. But for Jack, they actually did the lunch like picnic kind of thing, which I think maybe they did outside. But then they also ended up doing a, I guess they call it, which I don't know if they've done it, how many years they've done it, because I don't think that Matthew had it, and I'm pretty sure that I didn't have it. If I did, I never knew about it. And I don't think, like I said, they had it back when I was in school, because the only thing I remember about was the senior like picnic, which was like after school. But before school, they do a senior breakfast. I think they call it like the senior sunrise. And Jack said it was like at like, he woke up at 4:45 or something like that, and actually his friend came and picked him up, so my mom didn't actually have to take him. Doing like a whole breakfast thing like outside in the morning. Again, the weather was nice enough, you know, all that kind of stuff. But like, I don't know, it just kind of like made me reminisce about like so they actually posted like pictures too, like on like, you know, of like the senior breakfast sunrise kind of thing. And like there were pictures of Jack in there, and I was like, oh look, there's Jack with his little group of friends. And he said there was not very many people that ended up going to that, but a lot more went to the after school thing because it was after school. But not a lot of people were getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Again, it was a handful of his friends. They went, they had like donuts and coffee and like that kind of stuff, I guess, for those seniors that went early in the morning. But it's just kind of like a way to kind of like end your last day, I guess, kind of on a special sort of note. But again, Jack got to go with his friends and kind of hang out and stuff like that. But like, I don't know, like I said, it just kind of reminded me of like my, like, you know, being in high school back when I was in high school. But then to think like, even for Jack, like, you know, like his memory, like even though I'm not there with him, like, you know, just to like see him in those pictures and stuff like that, I'm like, that's the last time like I'm even gonna see that. Like, you know, I'm not gonna see anything from like the high school, like, you know, because again, they like post things, and you know, like they do like Friday videos and stuff like that. Jack's been in a couple of those kind of things too. But like, you know, just to like think about that and be like, Jack's not gonna be like, I don't have anybody to look for anymore. Like my brothers are all both gone now, and you know, like I don't have, you know, like I said, anybody else that, you know, is going there now. And you know, and not just in high school, but like I have no younger siblings, like, you know, that are in like, you know, like the immediate, you know, elementary, middle schools, like that kind of stuff, high school. And like, I don't know, it just seems kind of weird, like to not have that anymore, and like to be like, Jack's like going on to college now. Like that's just, it's so, I don't know, it's so weird. And it's just like I said, I don't know why, but like seeing the pictures of like that senior sunrise kind of thing, I was like, if they had that when I was there, I don't know if I'd go, because I don't know if I could get up that early. But like, it just kind of like, I don't know, it just reminds me so much of like my experience, because like again too, like me and my friends, we all took pictures at the picnic and stuff like that. And so like to see, like I said, some of those pictures, like Jack was like, oh yeah, like we were throwing the football around. I was like, that's also like the last time you get to spend with most of those friends too. Like you guys probably will not all be in the same place again, you know, like a lot of kids are going off to different places to do different things, all that kind of stuff. Like that's the last time that you see any of those kids. And so like I said too, to see like Jack and, you know, like again too, even just the other people, like, you know, groups of friends and stuff like that, that, you know, where obviously like they are at that thing, you know, because they were taking like a bunch of different pictures. But you know, I was like, I feel bad for those kids. Like, I don't know, it's really weird. And I don't know, maybe because it's Jack too, like, because maybe me and Matthew are closer in age. Like, to me, Jack is like so much more the baby, like, so to like see that and be like, oh, like, you know, it's over, like, you know, it just hit me more emotionally. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I'm not super emotional over it, but just like, it's something that's kind of like, you know, like tugging at me a little bit. And so, you know, like it doesn't feel weird either, because I'm like, okay, like, you know, again, like Jack's gonna be on summer break and stuff like that. But then at the same time too, I'm like, but then he's gonna be going off to school, and you know, like as of right now, he's going to just like local college, and will be like commuting, so he'll be home, which is different than what Matthew did though, was that Matthew went away to school. And so I think, like I said, that's what Jack's doing, is staying here, and Jack's much more of a homebody anyway, so I feel like that kind of makes sense a little bit more for him. But you know, like I was saying, it just seems really weird that, like, you know, it's, I don't know, Jack's on like to a whole new stage of his life, and like I said too, you know, that whole like, you know, friends kind of thing, like he's gonna have new friends, he's not gonna have those same friends from high school, you know, like that kind of stuff, you know. And like me and my friends stayed pretty close, I'd say, for like a while after like high school, and like different groups of friends, but then it seemed like slowly after that it started to, like, you know, where I lost contact with some of them sooner than others. But you know, like I feel like that's kind of too like a little bit of what Jack, you know, is eventually gonna kind of go through as well. But you know, and it's weird too, because I'm like, some of those kids, like one of Jack's really close friends, well, a couple of them even too, like I coached them in football like when they were little babies, you know, and I'm like, they're like growing up now, they're off to go and do like grown-up things, like, you know, and they were little, you know, like I don't know, 3rd, 4th graders, I think, when I started coaching some of them. And now for them to be off, you know, like I said, going to go to college and, you know, like start real adult lives, I'm like, that's just, it's so weird. Like, you know, I don't know, it's just, maybe like I said, because I'm so much older than Jack, it's more weird for me to like see that, whereas like, me and Matthew are a little bit closer in age, and again too, because like it was only that like just 4 years age span kind of, or 4 grade span for like me and Matthew, versus like Jack, you know, it's 9 years, or no, yeah, 9 years between me and Jack as far as like you know, like school years go. And so maybe that was why a little bit too. But like I said, I don't know, it's very bittersweet. Like I think it's weird, I want to almost say it's hitting me maybe more than it's hitting Jack. Like he posted pictures with like his teachers too, and like stuff like that, like he took pictures and videos with his friends, you know, like that kind of stuff. I'm like, you know, those are the kind of memories that you really want to like hold on to, you know, like those special things. Like again too, I remember like going over to my friend's house and like with all my group of friends, and we ended up going to the graduation ceremony all together, you know, like, so like that kind of stuff too. I'm like, I remember that, you know, like very vividly. And you know, it's one of those, again too, those memories that you really try and hang on to, because, you know, and it's funny too, my mom actually, we were cleaning something in her bedroom the other day, and she found her old high school yearbook, and like what people are writing in it, and, you know, that kind of stuff. And so like, you know, she even remembers like some of this stuff that, you know, like was written about, like specifically about, you know, like again, their senior year, you know, like in high school and stuff like that. And so you know, like it's those kind of things, those kind of like memories that you know, like even again too, my mom, who is, you know, older than me, and I've been out of high school for a while, you know, like she still has those memories, you know, like it's just that whole kind of thing. Like I said, I don't know why, like it never even really crossed my mind entirely with Matthew, but with Jack, I'm just like, it's like, I don't know, it just feels different, sort of, I guess. So yeah, anyways though guys, it's enough reminiscing. I really need to get to bed, because like I said, it was up kind of early this morning. So I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see y'all recent shiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.